Hey guys, and thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing. It really helps. We have a custom build with an Asus motherboard I'd like to show you today. Let's take a look. So this is the Antec, this is the 302 case. I really like Antec cases. They're a very solid build. So this uses the Asus Prime Z390A motherboard. It's got an Intel Core i7-9700KF processor, which is an 8-core with 8 threads. Base is 3.6 gigahertz, turbo is 4.9, and it is unlocked. It's 95 watts. We've got the EVGA GeForce GTX 1660 SC Ultra Gaming video card, 6 gigs DDR5. It's got dual fans on it, and it's 125 watt, which is why it requires the additional power connector. Got an EVGA 500W1 white 80 plus power supply. That's a 500 watt non-modular. We got a Samsung 970 Evo Plus M2 NVMe SSD, and it's underneath this heat spreader here. We've got a Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo CPU cooler that's got 120 millimeter PWM fan, and it works for AMD and Intel. And then we've got 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX RAM. That's PC4 21300. It's a kit, so it's two 8 gig sticks. 2666 megahertz DDR4. The case included a top and a rear fan with fan controllers built into the back. Of course, you've got holes for liquid cooling. We went ahead and added one front 120 millimeter fan. It will accept 2. And of course, it's got a speed control as well. You can see it through there. And then the side supports another 120 millimeter fan. On the front, we have 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1 jacks, microphone and headphone jack, reset and power switch. On the back, of course, these are motherboard connectors. We have a PS2, standard USBs. The teal USBs and the Type-C are 3.1 Gen 2. The blue USBs are 3.1 Gen 1. Gigabit Ethernet and audio connectors. The video card has a DVI, HDMI, and display port. And of course, there's the power supply. The specs on these motherboards do get pretty complicated. There are 3 PCIe X16 3.0 slots. The bottom one only functions at X4, the middle only at X8, and the top at X16. But then if you populate the middle one, the top drops to X8, like if you have 2 video cards. There are 3 X1 3.0 slots as well, but all of these will change if you add the Hyper M2 X16, which lets you add more M2 drives. There's an M2 slot under this video card and an additional one under the heat spreader here. One will take SATA or PCIe 3.0 X4. The other is only PCIe 3.0 X4. Now, of course, those will work with X2 PCIe NVMe drives as well. There's 6 SATA 6 gig connectors here, and then there's just a myriad of other headers. There's USB 3.1 Gen 1 front panel, the 3.0 front panel. This is an audio, that's a serial port, RGB header, TPM header. You got a bunch of USB 2 headers. Of course, the front panel, this is more audio. There's 3 front fan headers. There's another RGB header up here. You've got a main CPU header and then a CPU optional fan header, as well as a pump header. So this thing has a ton on it. Always refer to your motherboard manual and don't just assume whenever you're connecting anything, because there are so many different connectors on these. Let's start it up. I'm going to press the power button. You can see the fan on the front has a light. So does the motherboard. We've got post. And booted to the desktop. Let's go and launch Chrome. Very fast. And shut down. And it's off. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if there's anything you'd like to add that I didn't, please put that in the comments as well. I'm always glad to learn something new. Thanks.